What is up, YouTube? Jonny here again today, and we're going to be bringing you a video on the FRS. As you guys can see from what's in my hand, we're going to be doing an install video on a P3 Cars multi-gauge. So what this is a gauge that's going to go ahead and tell us boost pressures, it's going to tell us oil pressures, oil temperatures, our AFRs, and also it can do our 0 to 60 times. So this is a pretty cool gauge. The version that I got is actually the OBD2 version, so it's one of the easiest ones to install. It's about $380. It's a little bit more expensive than the other one, but it's just a straight plug-in and play. And this is probably going to be one of the easiest mods that I've done to the car, because we're going to be using no tools to go ahead and install this. So let's go ahead and get started on that. As most of you guys know, if you've been following the channel, you know that my car is not boosted, unfortunately. I would like to get it boosted here in the near future, but for now we're just going to keep doing supporting mods, or mods that are actually going to help out when we're boosted. As you guys have seen from previous mods, for example, we did the catch can. That's one of the mods that doesn't really apply to a NA type setup. It's more for boosted applications, just because of the fact that it's going to be creating more basically higher pressure inside our crankcase, which in return makes oil go through your intake and all this stuff. So what the catch can does is that it reroutes it through the catch can to catch it. That way it goes straight to the intake nice and clean. Obviously the car's been wide bodied, it's got full suspension upgrades. Those are meant for me to be able to handle, you know, higher horsepower. Also the wheels being, you know, as wide as they are, they're going to give us a little bit better traction. So same thing goes with like a brake upgrade, so we might start doing that too, upgrade the brakes, just in preparation for power adders. Like, I don't know if I'm going to go supercharger, turbo, maybe do a swap. Honestly, I think boost will probably be like the easiest thing to do to get power and just keep it, you know, keep it well balanced, because that boxer engine is what makes this car so good at handling. So I'm not sure yet if I want to do a swap on it. I think boost would probably be like the best option, and I love boost. I love hearing the whistles, the whines, everything, all the little noises that come with boost. So this is going to be definitely something that's really necessary to go boost in the future. So I'm going to show you guys how to install this. So where this goes is actually kind of hidden, so it's not going to be like all those gauges that are like showing everywhere. So this is the vent that we're going to be going with. As you guys can see, it kind of has the shape of it. It's going to be replacing this little spot right here. So what we need to do is go ahead and yank this out. Like I said, we don't need any tools. Most people try to use like something to take this out, but if you use a flathead screwdriver, you're going to end up damaging this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick my hand in here, just give it a good yank. There it goes. That's how easy it is to remove. So now let's go ahead and install this gauge on here. Okay, so here's our vent. This is comprised of probably like 4 different pieces, so we're going to go ahead and take them all apart. It has a series of clips that are actually really easy to remove. You know, if you have nails like me, it's really easy, or you can use a flathead screwdriver. But like I said, we're not going to use any tools. So I'm just going to start pinching them. Here goes the first piece. So this piece is just the little cover, so we can put that outside. If you're really paranoid about putting stuff back together, you want to make sure you put it back in just like how you removed it. Honestly, this looks like it fits any type of different way, so it doesn't really matter which way you take it off. There goes the second piece. It's like a little ring that kind of holds this in place. So now that we took that ring off, this just pops right out. So there go 4 pieces. Now with this, we need to go ahead and remove this one right here, because this is where the gauge is going to go. You guys can see it takes that shape. So to remove this, there is a little clip back here. Okay, so what we want to go ahead and do is remove this little clip right here, which is connecting both of these together. So all you have to do is pinch it. You can go ahead and use some needle nose pliers, but I'm just going to do it with my fingers. There we go. So that's how you want it. This is going to be completely disconnected from this top one, so that way you can move them individually. We're going to go ahead and remove this one right here. So the way you do it is that it has 2 clips on each side, or 2 clips in total, so one on each side, one here and one here. So So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull on it and push it out at the same time. Let me show you guys real quick. That's how it is. This one already popped off. See how it has like a little stick that just clips it in place? On the opposite side, you just either want to push it or pull it out. And there we go. This is now removed. That's exactly how we want it, because this is where the gauge is going to go. Okay, so this is the gauge. As you guys can see, it has pins on it on each side. So this is going to go on exactly as the pieces that we removed. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it through here, just because I want the wiring to be behind it. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the slots. So there we go. This one's in the slot. You just got to push it in. You guys can see it's gonna lay flush. This one clicked in. Let me go ahead and turn it around. Looks like this one's about to click in. So we just want to go ahead and push it in. There we go. So let me show you guys how it looks inside there. That's how it should fit. So there it is. Now it is flush. That's how it's gonna look. Okay, so now we have to go ahead and piece this together, but you want this wire to go through here. So based on how you had it, it should just go in straight through this little mesh in the back of it. And just pull the cable through. Now that you got it through, we're just gonna go ahead and piece this back together. So the next piece that goes is this one. And then we go ahead and put the cover on it. There it is. That's how it should look inside the car also. Now let's go ahead and hook this up to the car. Okay, so the rest of this install is really simple also. As you guys can see, the gauge comes with this connection here, which connects straight to your module. So this is going to come in your kit. And then this module, if you got the OBD2 kit, it goes straight to an OBD2 port right here. So you guys see this connection just goes straight to your OBD2 port. These other wires that you see back here, they are just accessories. So you don't really need to connect them unless you know necessary. And then this one right here is going to be to connect to a vacuum hose. That way we can read accurate boost pressure, but we're not going to need that for now. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is kind of wire it down. I don't really have tools on me, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in there. At the moment, I can zip tie it later. So this step is basically going to be up to you guys to see, you know, which way you want it, how you want the little box to be holding. But for now, since I'm not at the shop, I'm just going to do this all without any tools or without anything basically. But it should work. It's going to work perfectly fine. You just don't want it, you know, to be loose, rattling around and then come out like in your foot area. So let's go ahead and route this now. So this is where this gauge is going to go in. As you guys can see, there's a gap right here. So this is where we're going to shoot the wiring through. I'm not going to be able to remove this panel, but the instructions recommend to remove the panel on the side to kind of help you guide this cable all the way down. So let's go ahead and remove this panel right here. So this should give us enough access to go ahead and guide this wire through. Alright, so now we can go ahead and put this back. There it is. Alright guys, there goes the install. It's pretty much one of the easiest installs I've done. And like I said, I use 0 tools. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the features. So let's go ahead and turn the key on. I know there's a lot more features that come with this, but I just haven't really discovered them yet. So throughout the time that I'm showing you guys, more videos, I can probably show this in another video. Also, right now I was messing with it. It has 2 different buttons, and when I went to the 0 to 60 times, I can change it to 0 to 100 times, and I can also check my braking distance, so I could do a 60 to 0. So if I upgrade my brakes, I can tell how much better they actually got. So it's really amazing, to kind of like data log to kind of figure out if your car is improving, and at the same time, you get to check everything, make sure your oil pressure, your coolant temperature is fine, because if you go boost or you do some performance mods, you want to make sure that everything is still running properly. So this is a really nice gauge. I'm excited to have it installed in my car. Now I can check all kinds of things, and obviously I'm going to be testing out that 0 to 60 timer in the near future. I hope you guys liked the video, and as always, you guys have a great day.